Hey everybody, I'm about to talk about all of the pestilence that's described in the book of Revelations that's coming to pass, is being fulfilled. Bible prophecy is being fulfilled, whether it's by design, divine design, or whether it's just becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. But let's get into it. In the United States, we have outbreaks of all these different diseases, new strains of the H1N1, that's like the H1N2, the H1N3. They're always mutating every year. We got the cold epidemic, which I just found out is a national epidemic. I thought it was just something that was happening locally, because I talked to my neighbor and he was like, I got sick, my girlfriend got sick, everybody I work with got sick, everybody she works with got sick. We all got the cold. The cold. What is the cold? The cold is basically like the flu. They're similar. I'd rather have a cold than the flu. I'd rather not have anything, to be honest. We got the measles epidemic outbreak. The measles is back. Polio is back. I was trying to think before I started this video. I was trying to think of all the different diseases that are in pestilence that's transpiring in this country, America. Oh, we're supposed to have the best health care. We're supposed to have the best, the cleanest, everything. Everything is supposed to be functioning. But as you know, you should be well aware, we are in a government shutdown. And we've been in a government shutdown for a month. It's been a month. A little over a month. So the FDA, they're not able to check the food, which I say it's a good thing, because it means that the actual individual privatized corporations that are selling food, they have to take on the burden and the incumbency to provide clean food for their consumers, for the consumer or for the customer. Now, what does that mean? That means that by because they're not being regulated, they're going to have to be self-regulated. And if they are allowing, how should I put this? If they are allowing food to go out that is unsafe, they're going to be shooting themselves in the foot, because now the market is going to give you feedback. You're going to get direct feedback from the market to dictate if your company will last or not, depending or predicated upon whether or not you can compete with the people who did provide clean food to the masses. So that's what we want. We want clean food. We don't want they just came out today, articles. Go look up the articles today talking about, we're going to have to quarantine. 2 whole states are going to be pretty much barricaded. And I'm not talking about physical barricades, but pretty much imaginary lines. That's what state lines are anyway, state border lines, imaginary lines. And they're going to have this quarantine on these 2 states, Oregon and Washington State. Why? Because there's an outbreak. Like I said, everything's coming back. Everything is rampant. It's like, whoa. People asking me, have you gotten sick this year? No, I don't get sick. I'm not bragging. I just take care of myself, and I have my immune system all the way up. My immune system's all the way up, despite the stratospheric aerosol injection, aka chemtrails, aka geoengineering the skies and the atmosphere, right? So we have huge epidemics going on. What about the EPA? They're also somewhat shut down, the EPA. But if they were really protecting the environment, they would shut down the stratospheric aerosol injection program. They would make sure that, hey, these microplastics aren't ending up all around our environment, and then they end up in our biology, in our system, microplastics. So we're not just talking about microfiber, dealing with like other chemical compounds that are hazardous to biohazardous. We're talking about microplastics. So the government is shut down because it was incompetent to begin with. 1.6 million government employees, but we can't provide clean water in our inner cities. We can't provide clean food. You know, they allow the glyphosates in the food supply because they're all subsidizing. My bad, that's my bad. That's my bad. Y'all bear with me right quick. Cause trying to get this situated. Cause it's all subsidized by the government, and they're all in bed together. You think they really care about your health? You think they really care that they're deliberately spraying all the wheat with glyphosates? Had a buddy of mine told me about a month ago. I didn't know what it was. And then it dawned on me after I found out about how severe the glyphosates really was. He was like, I went to the movie theater and I ate some popcorn and it tore my stomach up. I said, tore your stomach up? I said, I don't know. I said, maybe it was just a bad batch of popcorn. That's what I'm thinking, because I was ignorant. And then I found out about the glyphosates. They're spraying all the wheat, all the corn. They're spraying all these crops. And then the way that it binds to the corn, the way the glyphosate binds the molecular structure to the corn and the wheat, it binds to that. So yeah, you might get glyphosate in some other types of vegetation, but it's not going to be not even close as hazardous as it would be to the corn and to the wheat. This is what I do. And if you want to get out the matrix, then I suggest you wake your ass up, open your mind, and understand that the government doesn't give a damn about you. The government doesn't give a damn about you, because if they did, all of these alphabet agencies, they would have been actually fulfilling what the promise was when they were first initialized, and they will be sticking to that. But they don't. Why is our water polluted? Why is the air polluted? It's a program. Do you care? How many people actually go to their city council meetings and file their verbal grievances at the city council? How many people are getting the type of public exposure that they need, not for the sake of them getting exposure for themselves, but the actual topics that people need to know about, people need to be aware about as far as our environment and our health is concerned? Because the government's not going to care about you. The government doesn't care about you enough to get you to care about yourself. That's not the way that it works. You have to take the initiative to care about yourself, and then force the government to respect you. You have to make the government do your bidding. Government's not going to just be like, yeah, we're here to do the right thing. We have integrity, and we don't need to have any checks and balances, and we don't need you to check up on us and the people. We the people to regulate it. We the people have allowed this to go on for so long. We haven't been holding these organizations and these federal institutions accountable. But then we complain when there's a shutdown. I never complained. Why would I complain? The only people that complain are those who are victims. Victims complain. Even if you feel like you might be in a victimhood state, that don't mean you have to remain in that state. And you should still not complain. You still should not complain, because the complaining is not a part of the solution. You are now a part of the problem by complaining. I could see there's a difference between complaining and actually filing a grievance, because if filing a grievance is more of an action. That's more of an action than just complaining. Complaining is like inaction, because you didn't do anything outside of complaining. But when you file a grievance, you actually are trying to inject some type of legislation or something to change the situation. So that's what I suggest y'all start doing. Y'all want to see that change. Y'all want y'all's communities to actually care about you. You need to care about yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna get together. I'm gonna talk to my neighbors. I'm gonna form this community. And we're gonna go to the city council meetings and we're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see if your water quality and your air quality in your district, in your county, in your state. You know, you gotta go. You gotta write your state representatives. You gotta pick up the phone. You gotta call your state representative. What the hell are they doing anyway? They are public servants. They work for you. The senators, the governors, the state representatives, the congressmen, and everybody. They work for the people. So you need to hold them accountable. They're sitting on their behinds making all this money. Most of them make six figures. How come they're still getting paid when the government is shut down? How come Congress, because they're part of the establishment, and they're not, since they're part of the legislation, they're not going to write laws to where there's a government shutdown where they take a loss, where they take a L. They're not going to take the L. If you're a government worker, you're going to take the L. You 800,000 people, you're going to take the L temporarily. Nah, I heard somebody, and I ain't even going to say his name, no free advertisement. He said, oh, the government employees, y'all are going to get paid. Y'all are going to get paid. Don't worry. How the hell you know what they're going to do? Do you work for the government? Do you work for any part of the government? No, he doesn't. I used to work for the government. And I'm going to say this. I don't know if they're going to get paid. Do we even have the money to pay them? That's my thing. We've been insolvent. I haven't seen a budget. I haven't seen a real budget. It's like, where's this money? Is it taxpayers? No, it's not. We found out that it's not the taxpayers paying for these services. It's the banks. It's the banks. How all of the tax receipts gonna pay for all of this over bloated bureaucracy? It can't do it. So for this man to get on the internet or wherever and to broadcast himself and to tell the people, the workers, y'all eventually gonna get paid. I'm not gonna boldly make that type of claim. But and I don't know for sure. I'm not gonna stand here and tell you, oh yeah, when the government reopens, y'all gonna get back. He said y'all gonna get back pay. Y'all are gonna get back pay. Are y'all gonna get back pay? Cause I don't know. You know something I don't know, even though you don't work for the government. Who do you know that's telling you this? How do you know the unions are gonna be able to do it if it's insolvent? The pensions, look at Sears. Sears just came out with the pension crisis. And not just Sears, but I think Procter & Gamble. All of the pension crisis. Private companies are running into pension crisis, and then the government said, we're gonna bail you out. Where are you getting the money to bail out? First of all, that shouldn't even be an issue of where you're getting the money. My problem is, why are you bailing out the pension funds of a private entity? We were already upset that you gave money back in about 10 years ago when the financial crisis happened and the stock market crashed and plunged. It didn't crash, it was just a plunge. And you bailed out all of these automobile manufacturers. We was already upset about that. Now you're bailing out pensions? Okay, how about you just give everybody money? How about you just give everybody? How about you just implement the universal basic income, the UBI? How about we just start that in next month, huh? And I'm not even suggesting that. I'm saying, how ridiculous does that sound? That's just as ridiculous as everything else. And I have to use the analogy so you guys can see how ridiculous it really is. Universal basic income. Where's the incentive in that? Where's the incentive to get off your ass? Where's the incentive to make something better out of yourself? Do we have to be incentivized? Do we have to have some type of external motivation? Y'all make me sick. It's time that the American people wake up. It's time you pull your head out of your, you know what, and hold the government responsible. We can't afford to be giving private pension funds bailouts from government funds. The government can barely operate on its own accord, dealing with its own things and operations that it's in charge of. Let alone, oh, we're gonna bail out all of these private pensions, because if we don't, yeah, we manufactured the crisis, and if we don't, it's gonna be more of a crisis. So we have to pretty much dig ourselves deeper in a hole to prolong the inevitable crisis. You need to be slapped. I'm done. How, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Become your own doctor. Become your own lawyer. Become your own physician. Become your own everything. Become your own bank. Become your own goddamn everything, goddamn, because this is America, where you can do and be whatever the hell you want. Within the law. Obviously, within the law. I'm not telling anybody to do anything illegal, unethical, or immoral. Within the confinements of the law. Do it. What are you waiting for? Become your own everything. And if you can't do it, if you don't feel like you have the expertise and the specialized knowledge, partner with those who do, who are practical and efficient in what they do. So if you can't do the bank thing, you need to get with some local bank, like a credit union. It's like, you know what, I can't do the bank thing. Oh, I can't be my own doctor. I can't be my own lawyer. You better sure as hell find you a good one then. I don't have any recommendations. So I try to be as independent as possible, because that's what it means to be an American. I am living the American dream. What's the American dream? To goddamn it, do and be the best that you can be in the pursuit of happiness. That's what I do. So this was supposed to be, this is gonna be called the government shutdown. And like, do we really need it? Does it really need to be open if we have all of these outbreaks? It's between the CDC, between the CDC, the EPA, and the FDA. Y'all should have figured out something by now. We shouldn't be having all of these things running rampant, all of these diseases and different things where you got whole 2 states got to be quarantined. It doesn't make any sense. And with that being said, that'll do it on this video. If you want to support what I do here, the links will be in the description. I'm not even going to say anything other than that. You can make donations. You can go to the store. You can go to the store. You can buy some products. Support your own health. Support what I do here in bringing this information. And I want to thank you for watching.